Good morning friends, welcome back to another video, and here I got another heartbreaking news for all of you. Let's see what it is. Protests break out in Hong Kong as first arrest made under new security law. Hong Kong was facing up to a new reality on Wednesday after China's central government imposed a sweeping national security law late the night before that critics say has stripped the city of its autonomy and precious civil and social freedoms, and cements Beijing's authoritarian rule over the territory. Hundreds turned out to protest the legislation in the busy shopping district of Causeway Bay, but were met with a heavy security presence. Riot police fired pepper spray into the crowd, kettled and dispersed protesters, and deployed water cannons. During the protest, Hong Kong police made the first arrest under the new law, including a man who was holding a black independence flag, and soon afterwards a woman with a sign reading Hong Kong Independence. At least 70 people were arrested on Wednesday with two suspicion of violating the national security law, according to police. The new law came into effect in Hong Kong in the lead up to July 1st, the 23rd anniversary of the handover of Hong Kong from British rule to China, and dramatically broadens the power of local and mainland authorities to investigate, prosecute, and punish dissenters. In vague language, the legislation criminalizes successions, subversions, terrorisms, and collusions with foreign powers. People convicted of such crimes can face sentences of up to life in prison. Fearing they could be targeted under the new law, several political and activist groups in the city formally disbanded in advance of law being introduced Monday. On the streets, the effect could be seen elsewhere too, as shopkeepers tore down posters that supported anti-government protest, and many citizens hastily deleted social media posts and accounts. One protester, who only gave the initial JM, said he would now consider using a virtual private network to protect himself online and would even consider leaving the city. It's hard to not self-censor. I think most people will more cautious, he said. Even though I don't want to leave Hong Kong, it's time that I need to think about. July 1st is traditionally a day of protest in the city, but for the first time since handover, police did not give permission to protesters to hold peacefully demonstrations. Despite the threat of strict penalties, several hundred protesters did turn out chanting and waving flags. Police demanded they stop shouting pro-independence slogans. They also unfurled a purple flag warning protesters of being in violations of the new law, as should anyone found in possession of independence flag. The scene was a marked difference from a year ago when tens of thousands of people marched through Hong Kong street protesting a bill that would allow China to extradite Hong Kong in Cantonese and English on the walls of legislative chambers, demanding that the extradition bill be dropped. That fear may now be reality under the new security law, which permits for certain cases to be tried in the mainland instead of Hong Kong. On Wednesday, Hong Kong's top official, Chief Executive Carrie Lam, said the law is a crucial step to ending chaos and violence that has occurred over the past few months in the city. The national security law is the most important development in securing ties between China and the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region since the handover, she said, framing criticism of the law as vicious attacks. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.